Let's make some of our favorite restaurant recipes at home. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 3 super easy and delicious copycat restaurant recipes. These are some of our personal favorites. Let's go ahead and get cooking. We're going to start out with my personal favorite first, which is a copycat recipe for the Spinach Queso from J. Alexander's. I don't know if that is a restaurant that's everywhere, but there was one in Lexington and it was one of my favorite places to go. It was so good. This is super easy. It's just a nice dump and go recipe, and it only takes about 3 to 4 hours in the crock pot. First, you're just going to go ahead and add in your can of Rotel. Now, I did half this recipe. I halved everything but the can of Rotel, and it still turned out just fine. Then you're going to add in your Velveeta. I always just use the off-brand unless I'm using the cheese sauce packets, then that's name brand. And then you're going to add in some milk and that spinach dip that you find that in the frozen section, and it's just kind of a starter to get your dip going, because if you think about it, if you buy all those ingredients separate to make that spinach dip itself, this is going to cost you a lot. So if you already buy that in the frozen section, it makes it so much easier. And I do microwave it for just a second, that way it kind of loosens it up and I can just dump it right in there. I do stir this about every hour just to make sure nothing is burning and everything is just incorporating. I will have the full recipe linked down below for you guys. Like I said, this is definitely my personal favorite. It is so good. Here's what it looks like after about 3 to 4 hours. We just serve it with some tortilla chips, but you can serve it with like French bread, like little baguettes. It is just, or you can just eat it with a spoon. We're gonna make bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles. This is one of my favorite things that I used to get at McDonald's. Now that I've gotten older, they upset my tummy eating them out. But making them at home, they don't bother me. They're really easy and they're so good. So I'm gonna show y'all. I like to do bacon. Of course, you can do sausage if you want. Just pick whatever protein you want. But you need cheese, of course, if you like cheese. You can customize it however you want. I'm gonna use cheese, bacon, some eggs, and then for my pancakes, I'm gonna do the this Hungry Jack's mix pancakes, and then you just put on some syrup. So like I said, these are really easy, and this is something too that you can do and put in the freezer. Like you can bulk batch it, prepare them, put them in little baggies, and put them in the freezer and have them for quick and easy grab and goes. I'm gonna start off by cooking up the bacon. Once the bacon was done, I went ahead and put on the pancakes. Now, I did enough for 3 sandwiches, and it's just going to depend on how many, you're feeding, depending on how many pancakes you make. And just remember, you're making a sandwich, so you need 2 pancakes per sandwich. And then don't forget that the McGriddles have the syrup inside of the pancakes. So I just took and drizzled some of my syrup right on top of there. And it's just going to kind of cook in whenever you flip it. Now that those are done and nice and golden brown, we're going to get those off, and then we're going to make the eggs. So I made an oopsie whenever I was doing the eggs. I should have just poured it on there and left it as is, but instead I accidentally started moving it around, and you can see after I move it around where I'm trying to like piece it back together because I realized that I messed up. So just leave it as is. If you have like a flat spatula, just try to flip it, that way that other side cooks. But you know, you just want like square or round pieces of egg where, you know, it fits on the sandwich. But hey, I made it work, so that's all that matters. I just added the cheese on top and let it melt for a second, and then I assembled the sandwiches. These are so good. Grover came home for lunch, and I had an extra one left over, and he was like, man, these are really good. So there's nothing like making homemade McGriddles at home, and I'm sure this was a lot cheaper than getting them out. So Luke absolutely loves the Cracker Barrel hash brown casserole, so we're gonna give that recipe a try. I found several different Copycat versions, so this is the one I'm gonna use. Now, before anybody says anything, I know the traditional hash brown casserole from Cracker Barrel is shredded potatoes, but this is all your girl could find, so this is what we're gonna use, and it's gonna taste just as good, I promise. Yeah, my store was completely out of shredded. So we've got diced hash browns. You need some butter, you need some onion, which I already chopped up really fine, personal preference, and then sour cream, cream of chicken. You need some sharp cheddar cheese, and then of course, season with your heart. So let's put all this together. This is another one of these easy dump and go recipes. All you do is dump everything in, mix it up, and then get it into a greased 9x13 baking dish. It says to bake it at 350 for 40 to 50 minutes. Mine ended up taking on the longer side because mine weren't completely thawed out. They were semi-frozen, but it still tasted really good. But Luke brought up a good point that whenever he gets it at Cracker Barrel, his normally has green pepper in it. But all the recipes that I found online, none of them had green pepper. So I don't know if that's just like a store-to-store thing, or not a store-to-store, a restaurant-to-restaurant thing, or you know how that goes. But when I do make this again, because it was really good and we'll definitely make it again, I will just add in some green pepper for him. So since mine was still semi-frozen, I baked it covered at 350 for 35 minutes, and then I took it off, added some cheese on top, and put it back in uncovered for an additional 10 minutes. Here's what it looks like when it was all done. It was really good. We will definitely be making it again. And that's it, guys. That wraps up today's video. I really hope you enjoyed these 3 super easy and delicious Copycat recipes. If you have a favorite restaurant or even fast food place that you would like me to try a recipe, definitely leave it down in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.